Now apparently Toyota is bringing out a new Supra, the sixth generation Supra. And there is honestly some good news about the Supra because I think this Supra is gonna fix a lot of the issues the previous Supra had in terms of optics. Now the main problem everyone had with the fifth generation Supra was the fact that it was a race-skinned BMW. It was a BMW underneath, and that was true. It was the car was worked together by BMW and Toyota, and it had a lot of similarities with a BMW convertible. The what was the car called? The Z something, some number. Anyway, that was a big problem, especially considering how much people love the much older generation Supra for what it was capable of. It was a full Toyota with a huge amount of modification potential. And the Supra didn't really hit the mark of what people wanted. But this new Supra is apparently going to be fully Toyota. It's supposedly using a new four-cylinder hybrid engine made by Toyota. Makes sense. So Toyota has hybrid systems and good systems, and it's going to be putting out 400 horsepower, and that's a good number. So the complaint of it being a BMW, that won't be around anymore. But other than that, looking at it objectively, well, it's still a four-cylinder and it's a hybrid system. Now, that might be a bit of a problem because I think what the people who are buying the Supra and who are part of the Supra community want is a Supra with a big engine that they can modify to whatever way they want. And it's a four-cylinder, so it's already a small engine. And then it's a hybrid system. Now, I don't know whether that would actually pose a problem or not, but I think it might be a bit difficult to modifying hybrid systems, a hybrid engine. So for anyone in the modular community, that might be an issue. And why they bring out another four-cylinder? Come on, I mean it's a hybrid already, so why don't you just put in a six-cylinder hybrid? Then you can get past the emissions problems and all that. They're still doing the same thing. Now maybe they're just doing this as an entry point, and then they're gonna bring out a six-cylinder hybrid or something. I hope that's true, but I don't know anything about that yet. There are some rumors that they were using another brand. They might be using another brand's six-cylinder mild hybrid system, but I don't think that's happening either. And honestly, I'd rather Toyota make their own engine. They're really good at making cars, and I really hope that they do bring a six-cylinder engine. But this is honestly really good news. Now, what the look of the car? I think the look of the car needs to be much different than the fifth generation Supra because the fifth generation looked good, but it didn't really have the presence that the previous generations had. I mean, it looked a bit too tame to me. It didn't look like something, even if it was tuned up and had a lot of power, it didn't feel like it was insane. It would be insane. It was a bit too calm, and I hope they change that. And I really hope they don't go with the current Toyota design language that we see on the Prius. I mean, it's okay for the Prius, but the Supra, I really hope they go with a different design. And sure, that might take some time. And apparently, the next Supra is coming out in 2 years, so maybe the design's already set. Now, I hope not. I mean, after what they saw with the fifth generation Supra, all the feedback they got, I really hope they really decide to focus on this car and bring out a good Supra that's actually a true successor to the previous generations. And because the fifth generation, nobody really considers that as a true successor, and I don't know if it will be beloved even as time goes on because of all the visual issues with the car. I mean, so yeah, we have to wait and see what's going on with the new Supra. Now we don't have any official I don't have any official confirmation yet about what the car's gonna be like, but a four-cylinder hybrid with 400 horsepower, well, It's okay, but it doesn't really have the same impact. Now I'm okay with the horsepower number being 400, but I really wish it was a 600 engine because people love big engines, and as you know, everyone's still more interested in ICE engines than EVs. And oh, thank God that this isn't an EV. If it was an EV, it would be a disaster. Nobody would buy that thing. We already see that EV hypercars, people don't really want EV supercars or hypercars. So I don't think people are going to want an EV sports car either. Because the concept of a sports car or supercar doesn't really sync with what an EV is. Those seem too opposite to each other in terms of what people want. So I'm really glad that it's not an EV. And I heard there was going to be an EV earlier on. Maybe they changed it after realizing that what was going on. And I honestly don't think Toyota's too focused on EVs right now. They seem to be focused on hybrids. They are really into hybrids right now, and I'm honestly really happy about that because you get the engine we want, and you can control emissions and all that, and you get more mileage. That's another benefit of hybrids. So I think hybrids are the way to go, but full hybrids, not plug-in. Plug-in hybrids are a mess and a nightmare, and I don't understand why anyone would buy a plug-in hybrid. Because if the battery dies out, then you're basically carrying a dead motor and a dead battery by running the gas engine, and you're just eating up more fuel because of it. That seems like a complicated mess, and I really don't like it. So yeah, apparently a new Supra is coming out in 2027, and I'm really hopeful this time.